Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. What's good with it? It's the homie MACK. Music, art, culture, knowledge. Each one teach one. Reporting live from the Dogon. You know what's good with it? Session of MACK Minutes. MACK Minutes. This is the second episode of the year 2023. But let's get straight to it. Today I was informed, February 10th, I was informed that this week, it was either earlier today or sometime this week. Let me get, I try to be right and exact, so let me see. Earlier this week, it doesn't specify the day, but earlier this week, there were 200 students at Hillcrest High School in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, that walked out. They staged a walkout at their school in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Apparently, there was a Black History program that the Black students were engaged in, and they were told not to speak. Allegedly, let Tuscaloosa school board say it. Allegedly. These black students were told that they were not allowed to speak about the civil rights movement, and they were not allowed to speak about slavery. The timing of this is just really interesting because I know in Florida they didn't want to pass. They don't want to teach in Florida AP African American history. Yeah, AP African American history. They don't want to teach that in Florida. I know there's pushback. People are saying we can't expect a system that has been used against us to educate us, and I get it. And then I think Malcolm X was the one that said, "Only a fool lets their enemy teach them." Something to that nature. So I get it, but I guess I'm looking at it like, why don't they want to teach African American studies, African American history? Why are these kids told that they can't talk about civil rights and slavery? I think by and large, there's a lot of erasure going on. And by erasure, meaning they want to change the narrative, act as if certain things never happened. Revisionist history, if you will. And I guess the thing is, we hear about critical race theory. A lot of people are opposed to critical race theory simply because it's like dialectical materialism, as Karl Marx says. Dialectical materialism essentially is a social science where you gain new understanding, new social phenomenon happens, and in theory society moves forward because you're learning and you're exposing things and you get new understandings and society is pushed forward. But the thing is with this, it's like the sins of America. They want to hide it. America has often painted itself, through the propaganda machine that we have here, like we're just this saintly nation. We give me you're tired, give me the immigrants, everybody, yada yada yada. I love everybody. When we go to other countries, we don't set up puppet governments and get their leaders killed. We go over there to instill democracy and freedom. But yeah, it just I know I'm all over the place right now, but let me get back centered. I mean, essentially, critical race theory, it tells the whole story. I call it white supremacy 101. If you get a chance, read this book called How White Folks Got So Rich. I believe the Nation of Islam put that book together. I'm almost finished with it. It will be my next book review. But yeah, you just when you really dig into the history of this nation, you start to see how a lot of the white supremacy. The white supremacist narratives are masked. They're masked through patriotism. And what did Malcolm X say? Don't be so blind with patriotism that you can't see what's really going on. And that's what's going on. Especially, you have some indigenous, I guess, black people, indigenous, if you will, black people, as well, who are, they're pro-American and they can't see beyond the sins of America. And I can understand having a sense of pride, nationalism, and where you're from, but let's not be blind to the sins of this nation. And my thing is, and once you you can't move forward unless you correct the wrongs. But back to Hillcrest High School. Let's see. Let me quote. Actually, there was a student who actually helped organize this walkout. Her name was Jemiah Brown. Well, she didn't actually help organize. Yeah, she helped organize the walkout, and she was also a part of the committee that was going to do the Black History program at Hillcrest High. She says, "My protector from 8 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. For you to tell me I can't talk about something that is dealing with my culture is very disturbing. It's very confusing." Her name is Jemiah Brown. Yeah, I mean it's it's intentional, and I'm sure Miss Jemiah Brown knows that. I'm really proud of the students at Hillcrest High School for getting together, showing solidarity, and walking out. The Tuscaloosa County Superintendent, Dr. Kerry Johnson, released a statement saying that these allegations are false. He's saying that no, we didn't say that they couldn't talk about slavery. We didn't say they couldn't talk about the civil rights movement. Of course, they wouldn't. Why would you blatantly admit that you want to practice revisionist history? But the statement said, "It is not true that faculty or staff told students that slavery or the civil rights movement could not be part of the program." When several community members heard this and contacted Hillcrest High School administration out of concern, administration explained to them that this was false information that was circulating. A number of our Hillcrest High students have concerns about the culture within their school. We care deeply about our students, and it is important that their concerns are heard. We are putting together a plan to make sure our students feel heard, so that we know the right steps. So we know the right steps to put in place to ensure all students know that they are valued. This could be damage control. I'm sure somebody said something. Let me see. NAACP president of the Tuscaloosa branch, Lisa Young, remarked about how despicable it is for a school to try to erase history. Erasure. "I don't know how you can talk about black history in this country without talking about slavery or the civil rights movement. I'm angry, and part of me feels like we failed our students. We want to see what we can do to assist them and make their school a safe place." Yeah, I think this is a form of intellectual violence. When you, I think it is an act of violence to revise history, to, to tamper with it, to remix it, to make it what you want it to be, or even just to completely omit it is just as nefarious, egregious, if you will. Dr. John Henry Clark always said that the purpose of education is to teach people to become responsible handlers of power. Let me say that one more time. Dr. John Henry Clark said the purpose of education is to teach people how to become responsible handlers of power. What does that mean? I've always interpreted that to mean education is more than just information. It's more than just facts. It's more than just rote learning. It's more than memorization. It's more than just, implementing skills or installing skills, understanding. Education also, a big part of education also should be about how to coexist with other people, how to push society forward, how to regulate society in a very amicable way. Not to abuse your power, not to, subjugate people just because they don't look like you or act like you or think as you. But yeah, I'm glad that the students at Hillcrest High School stood in solidarity. Some of the older people always say, "Oh, these young black kids, they don't care about their history. All they want to do is get on TikTok. All they want to do is get on social media and dance and complain and take pictures because they're narcissistic and they're entitled." So no, I'm glad that these children at Hillcrest High School found something to stand on concerning their history. And the fact that they did this, it challenges the narrative of the younger generation being apathetic. So it gives me hope, makes me feel good. One of the things that I'm starting to realize is a lot of, it's kind of like that movie, The Book of Eli, in the sense of when you have information, you can control the narrative, and you can even control the narrative further by deciding who does and does not have access to that information, or you can totally obliterate information to push a narrative that you see fit to have. So it's the same thing with history. Like history is a weapon. Truth shall overcome all. Truth must prevail. And it's dangerous because you are tampering with the minds of people. Like I stated earlier, it is intellectual violence to omit history, to reamalgamate history to fit a narrative. You're doing a disservice to yourself. You're doing a disservice to society. I do know that revisionist history is not a new thing. There are a lot of things that have been omitted, but I think now we have a generation of people, not to say that just now, but I think it's becoming more conspicuous, more obvious, whatever have you, that people want to know the truth. People want to know what's really going on. So again, I salute the children at Hillcrest High. Let's see what becomes of this. I'm curious to see what the program, how it's implemented, what it looks like, if it does touch on civil rights and slavery. Bottom line is, I repeat this to my dying day, America became an economic global superpower based off the struggle, the labor of disenfranchised, stolen Africans, black people. ADOS. We turned this nation. We laid the foundation for America to become again a geopolitical power, a geoeconomic superpower. My ancestors did that. And you can't erase that. America, the wealth that has been accrued here, a lot of, I want to say a lot of colleges, even a lot of corporations, their origins for their finances can be traced back to chattel slavery here in America. So yeah, America is not America is not a meritocracy. This is you got a lot of people that inherited wealth from owning people's grandparents and great grandparents, and then they want to push this narrative like, oh, it's always been fair. You just have to work hard. No, it's BS. Anyway, let me see if there's one more thing. This program was initially supposed to take stage on February 22nd. Again, let's see what becomes of it. Janiyah Suttles, who was a senior at Hillcrest High School, participated in the walkout and told WBMA TV that they were instructed to leave out pivotal historical moments because one of our administrators felt uncomfortable. Yeah, shout out to Janiyah Suttles. My fault. The earlier quote that I said was from Jemiah Brown was actually from Janiyah Suttles. Jemiah Brown did say this though: without our history, we are nothing. Without teaching our youth where we come from, how can we move forward? So I just want to say this. Knowledge, information. It's power. Knowledge, information applied. It's power. The older I get, the more I'm appreciative that I have a degree in history. Yes, I am pursuing nursing right now, but my undergraduate degree was in history and public policy. I don't know, like America, we're a young country, but we got a lot to unlearn, a lot to reevaluate. When it comes to systemic issues, implicit bias, systemic racism. Why is it that some people win? Why is it that some people lose? Poverty is not just an individual failure. There are people who have, specifically African Americans, who have been at a disadvantage systemically because it was designed that way. White people have created and implemented policies to keep themselves at the top and deify whiteness, and all others were supposed to be the burden bearers of this country. That's just something that we have to acknowledge. I know it doesn't make people feel good. I know it makes some people uncomfortable, but the truth is the truth. Truth again, truth shall overcome all. It's the homie Mac, man. Signing out from the Dogon. Each one teach one, peace and love. Thumbs up, give me the likes. I'm out.